When was the last time you were actually bored? Not distracted, not scrolling, not half watching something. Truly bored. Sitting there with nothing pulling at your attention. I ask because I genuinely can't remember. And that's strange. Boredom used to be normal, even expected. Now it feels like a threat. The second there's silence, we reach for our phones. We fill the gap instantly. Not because we're curious, but because we're uncomfortable. Boredom forces you to be alone with your thoughts, and a lot of us don't like what shows up there. So we avoid it. We stack content on content, noise on noise, stimulation on stimulation, and we call it productivity, or entertainment, or just relaxing. But really, it's avoidance. I've noticed that boredom isn't empty. It's revealing. The moment everything goes quiet, you start noticing things. Restlessness, anxiety, sadness you didn't know you were carrying. Boredom is where unresolved thoughts live. That's why we kill it so fast. We don't want to sit long enough for those thoughts to speak. So instead of listening, we drown them out. And I think that's costing us something. Because boredom is where curiosity begins. It's where ideas form, where creativity sneaks in, where your mind starts wandering on its own. But we've trained ourselves to interrupt that process constantly. Every time the mind starts drifting, we snap it back with a screen. We don't let it go anywhere. And over time, that does something to you. You lose patience. You lose depth. You lose the ability to sit with discomfort without needing an escape. I feel it in myself. My attention span is shorter. My tolerance for silence is lower. My mind feels noisier even when nothing is happening. And that scares me. Because if I can't be bored, I can't be still. And if I can't be still, I can't hear myself think. I don't think the problem is that we're entertained too much. It's that we're never alone with ourselves. Boredom used to be a natural pause, a mental reset. Now it feels like failure, like you're doing something wrong if you're not consuming, learning, reacting. So the moment boredom appears, we erase it. But that erasing comes with a cost. When you never get bored, your mind never settles. It stays in this constant state of input, always reacting, never reflecting. And that changes how you think. Deep thought requires space. It requires slowness. It requires moments where nothing happens. But those moments are extinct now. We've replaced them with endless stimulation that feels good in the moment and hollow afterward. You scroll for an hour and don't even remember what you saw. You watch video after video, but nothing actually stays with you. That's not enjoyment. That's numbing. And the scary part is how normal this feels. We don't question it anymore. We just accept that being slightly overstimulated is the default state. But boredom is where your inner voice lives. Without it, you lose track of what you actually want. You start absorbing opinions instead of forming your own. You chase dopamine instead of meaning. And over time, you feel this vague dissatisfaction that you can't explain. Because nothing is wrong, yet nothing feels right. I've noticed that when I finally allow boredom, it's uncomfortable at first. My mind jumps. I feel restless. I want to reach for something. But if I sit through that urge, something shifts. Thoughts slow down. Ideas show up uninvited. Feelings I've been avoiding start asking for attention. And that's the part we're scared of. Because boredom isn't just empty time, it's confrontation. I don't think we need to quit technology or move to the woods to get boredom back. That's not realistic. But I do think we've forgotten how to sit with ourselves without reaching for relief. Boredom feels uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar now. It's like a muscle we stopped using. The first time you let yourself be bored, it feels itchy. Your hand reaches for your phone automatically. Your mind looks for escape. That's not weakness. That's conditioning. But if you don't interrupt that urge, something interesting happens. The discomfort peaks, and then it fades. And in that quiet space, your mind starts doing what it's meant to do. Wander, connect dots, ask questions. That's where creativity comes from. Not from constant input, but from gaps between inputs. I've noticed that the ideas I value most don't arrive when I'm busy. They show up when I'm bored, when I'm walking without headphones, when I'm sitting with nothing to do. Boredom also teaches you something important, that you don't need to be stimulated to be okay, that stillness won't kill you, that silence isn't emptiness. And in a world constantly yelling for your attention, that's a quiet form of power. Relearning boredom isn't about forcing it. It's about allowing it. Leaving a few moments unfilled. Letting your thoughts finish. Not rushing to escape discomfort. It's subtle, but it adds up. You become more patient, more present, more connected to yourself. So if you feel restless lately, or unfocused, or strangely empty, it might not be because you need more content. It might be because you need less. Not forever, just sometimes. Enough to remember what your own mind sounds like when it's not being interrupted. So maybe today, instead of killing boredom, let it sit. See what shows up. That might be the most honest conversation you have all day.